Thank you very much, my dear friend, the parliamentary representative for the Morne Jaune constituency, the Honorable Ivo Stevenson. Let me recognize among us tonight the Minister for Health, the Honorable Kenneth Darrow. Also, we have with us the Honorable Ian Douglas, the Minister for Trade, Small Business. We have with us as well the Minister for Sports, Youth, Constituency Empowerment. With us here, the Honorable Justin Charles. Also with us is the Special Project Coordinator, my assistant in the Ministry of Agriculture, Mr. Esprit, Nicholas Esprit. Let me also recognize the wife of your pal rep, Mrs. Stevenson, and the other persons who are here visiting, and you, the good people of Morne Jaune. Good evening. Thank you. I'm happy to be here to share with you briefly some of the initiatives, programs within the Ministry of Agriculture geared towards your advancement, and which I want you, the people of Morne Jaune, to take advantage of, to advance your field, your production, and of course, to advance the economic standard of living here in the Morne Jaune community for agriculture. And I will go straight into it. The government, having recognized your hard work, the challenges that you face in agriculture, the cost of labor, the cost of inputs, the cost of managing pests and diseases, placed into the aid bank $10 million for on-lending to you, the farmers of Morne Jaune. And I hope the farmers of Morne Jaune are taking advantage of this opportunity, because I know you are very good at your dashing, and I have heard of your attempt to diversify into other crops. And of course, agriculture is serious business. You know the challenges we face with the bananas. And since we've been encouraging you to diversify your farm, we realize that you're going to be needing some funds to assist you. So we've placed this $10 million facility at the aid bank for on-lending to farmers. And the government recognized that not all of you are large farmers. So therefore, there are categories towards taking advantage of this facility. From the first 1,000 to 15,000, you, the farmers of Morne Jaune, who are interested in this facility, you need no collateral. But you must have a guaranteed market. And it's important here in Morne Jaune to share with you on this point of a guaranteed market. Because I know after the droughts of 2014, we made a lot of fertilizers available to you through the government structure, through the government of Morocco, through the BAM program. And a lot of you farmers went into the rehabilitation of your dashing farms. And I know we had a challenge for the marketing of all of the dashing we produced at that time. I'm saying to you going forward, my dear people of Morne Jaune, those of you interested in dashing as a business, there is still money to be made in dashing. As we speak, the European market, they are taking 2 containers monthly from the through Windfresh, through the pack houses. We're exporting some 45,000 pounds of dashing to the European market. The pack house as well is pushing a lot of dashing out. But you must be part of a program. The idea of just going into the farm and establishing free acres of dashing and hoping somebody pass to purchase your dashing is now a thing of the past. So you have to work with the hucksters. You have to work with all of the exporters that we have around the island. You have to work with the pack house in particular. And let me tell you something, people of Morne Jaune. Morne Jaune is not too far to engage in a program with the pack house in Portsmouth and Roseau through Dexia for the supply of dashing. This is the only way you will have a guaranteed market. And I'm stressing on this point because I want us to deal with what we call the glut on the market. I want you, the farmers who are going into dashing, to know who your exporter is going to be. Whether it's through the hucksters and the other private exporters we have across the island, or most importantly, through the packing houses that we have established through Dexia. Go to Dexia, visit them in Roseau, and talk to them. Let them know that I intend to continue doing my dashing, but I want to ensure that I have a guaranteed market for that dashing. Additionally, farmers have been complaining about the rejects that they have. After they have worked very hard, the Dexia in particular may say to them, the dashing is either too small or it's too big. I want to say to you, the farmers, tonight, that if you work with your exporter and the extension offices of your area, in your case, the agricultural station in La Plaine, if you work with them and they are aware of the size of the dashing you need to be producing, they will assist you so that you can plant on time, fertilize on time, and the spacing will have to be accurate to give you the size of dashing that your market demands. So if a farmer wants a very large dashing, his dashing cannot be very close. There must be proper adequate space between the dashing. And if he wants small dashing, then he can have his farm dashing very, very close. So these are things that you need to know. But you must work with the extension officers of your areas. And I'm sticking on dashing a bit because I know dashing is a major production for you, the people in this area. As your pal rep said, we are about to receive, we are in the process of clearing fertilizers. We will be clearing some 4,600 bags of fertilizer, and you will get your share of that fertilizer. Additionally, we have started selling fertilizer for you, the farmers, at $35 a bag. I just gave an order to the Ministry of Agriculture, in spite of the fact that we are bringing in this fertilizer from the BAM from Morocco, to order additional fertilizer so that we can sell to the farmers at a subsidized price. And we still have the facilities in Roseau where you can get your fertilizers. And additionally, Dexia is now bringing in fertilizer on the island. So there is always a regular supply of fertilizer on the island to assist our farmers. But you, the farmer, must be a serious farmer. You must be engaged in a business. You can no longer give 2 hours to your farm and consider you in business. For persons who are employed, whether in the private or public sector, they give 8 hours a day regular. And for some of them, they must give overtime for the company to succeed. So it's the same thing for you, the farmer. If you are into agriculture, you must see it as a business. And no longer can you go to your farm, spend 2 hours back on the block, chatting on a domino table. You will have enough time for that. So we want you to take agriculture serious. I am happy to hear of some of the efforts at diversifying in Morne Jaune. I want to encourage you to do that. Just today, there was a gentleman at my office interested in shipping to Martinique and Barbados. Persons are coming to us, they are going to the packing houses, and Mr. Douglas will go into more details. We need a supply for persons to export. But it must not be a crazy way of farming. We must know in advance that you are going into production of these particular crops so that we can really put a program in place and get the markets for you. And so, as we speak for you, the farmers here in Morne Jaune who are diversifying into vegetables, we need all the cucumbers we can get. Tomorrow morning, I challenge you, my dear people of Morne Jaune, call the pack house and let the pack house know that you're going into cucumbers. And they will work with you. They will help you stagger your production. I heard of happy to hear of the women's group into vegetables here. We would like the women to go into vegetables not only for local consumption, but as a business for the export market. But you cannot do it alone. You just cannot do it alone. So for those of you who are small farmers, you can go to the Aid Bank and get between $1,000 to $15,000 to assist you. For those who are thinking of what we are talking about, the commercial farming, who has identified an exporter, a market for their produce, you can go to the Aid Bank. First of all, go to your extension office and let them give you some document, a letter stating that you are a good farmer, or put a small program together and go to the Aid Bank, and you can receive between $15,000 and $30,000. And all you need is one guarantor for $15,000 to $30,000. And for you, the large commercial farmers out there, and I often say to the listeners that government is investing heavily in shipping. There's a facility where some $500,000 was made available to assist boat owners to get more of our products out. And therefore, there will be an increase in demand for your produce. Right now, as we speak, there is a high demand for produce for export. And the buyers are all over the place. People are getting good prices. What we want is to produce enough so that when all of these buyers come around, there is adequate supply for all of them for their lucrative markets in the north. All of the islands north want Dominica's produce. And we have a steady market in Barbados and in Martinique down south. There's a high interest in Trinidad, but there must be the supply for us to supply the Trinidad market. So there's money to be made in agriculture. Farmers are making money in agriculture. I just passed Woodbridge Bay Port in Roseau, and the vehicle are lining up with all of the cartoons. However, I was not happy with what I saw. I find the cartoons are looking bulging. The cartoons are looking stressed out. I find that. So I'm sending a clear message to our exporters. They must not spoil their markets. They must use the facility that we have established to ensure that the cartoons have the weight required. If it's 41 pounds the cartoon can hold, do not try to ram in 50 pounds. So all of the vehicles I saw today, the cartoons were looking overpacked. They were looking bulged out. So I'm sending a clear message to you, the exporters. Use the facility that government has established for you to ensure that your produce is cleaned, properly washed, weighed, and no overweight cartoon. I'm concerned about that. So there's a demand for our produce, but if we spoil the market like we did when we started exporting bananas, we will lose it again. So please, exporters, you have to help us. The investment is there. We have to meet the SPS measures, the requirement, the standard to take produce to those markets, especially the French market. So I'm appealing to my exporters today that yes, you are in a boom time. We will work hard in agriculture and we will give you quality produce, but you are responsible for taking quality produce to your market. We cannot do that for you. And so I say to you, the farmers here in Morne Jaune, here is a golden opportunity for you to make money in agriculture. Don't worry about all the noise you're hearing out there. People will talk. Do not forget, the very same people who are saying to you agriculture is dead, they are the ones coming to buy your produce to export for themselves. And that's okay. That's what we want. I want us to supply them with all what they need. But they speak on one side of their mouth and say agriculture is dead, And on the other side of their mouth, they say that's the only way they could make some money is in agriculture. So therefore, agriculture is alive. So I want you to go to the aid bank and engage yourselves with the aid bank. If you are facing challenges, come to us at the ministry. We will help you. I know we are going to have a meeting with the aid bank very soon because we are getting reports of some of the challenges that you, the farmers, are facing in accessing the funds. Our job is to ensure that you can access the funds. But even with that, well over $1 million have already been disbursed to farmers who are qualified to receive these funds. So you too can receive your share. So I want you to be very positive, you, the farmers of Morne Jaune. I want you to think positive, and I want you to know that times have changed, agriculture has changed. It's now a serious business. So if you are going into agriculture, it's not to plant 4 beds of cabbage anymore. If you're going into cabbage, you're going to serious cabbages. If you're going into cucumbers, you're going to serious cucumber. If you're going into dashing, you're going to serious dashing. But rest assured, you should not go into it without identifying your market, without knowing this is the person that you're going to be producing for. The XA is ready to go enter into contracts with all farmers who come. Secondly, my dear people, I want to share with you the whole question of the national abattoir. I want you to know, my people, that the abattoir is doing wonders in producing fresh chicken and pork for our island. I just had a discussion with the abattoir people today, and the abattoir, they've just purchased a freezer truck, and the intention is to get the pork and chicken into the supermarkets and large shops in the rural communities. As a matter of fact, there is already pork available in La Plaine as we speak. You can go to La Plaine on a Saturday afternoon or any day and buy your pork, fresh pork from the abattoir. The intention is to get the meat across the entire island so that persons in Casabros and Morne Jaune and La Plaine and Portsmouth can have the meat available to them in the same way you buy the foreign meat that you're not even sure how old it is. So when you go to your mini marts in your communities, very soon you'll be able to purchase your pork and your chicken up from the abattoir. But I want you even now to start supporting the abattoir. The head butcher from the abattoir is from the southeast. He's from La Plaine. The head butcher is from the southeast. Your pal rep mentioned the facility in Grand Fond for rearing chicken for the abattoir, creating employment for the young men. They are well trained in that, so we need to be able to ensure that there is a cycle of chicken in that facility regularly. But we have to increase our consumption so that we can increase our production. Okay? So support the abattoir chicken. When you go into town, look for the abattoir chicken in the refrigerators at the supermarkets, because presently we are the food import bill for chicken and other meats is $14 million annually. So every year we send out some $14 million for meat, imported meat. We have to put a dent into that. I want us to get into 8 million as soon as we can. But the only way we will get there is if more of our people start buying product from the abattoir. There are a number of persons going into pig farming, and they want to expand their farms, but the abattoir must be able to purchase more from them. But for the abattoir to do that, we as Dominican consumers must purchase more of the meat in the market. So the intention is to get it to work closer to you, and we will take it from there. The other area that I want to touch on is the whole question of feeder roads. As you know that you in the southeast benefited highly from the banana accompanying measures, BAM feeder roads, EU feeder roads. There are 3 feeder roads being constructed in the southeast out of this program. And that is the Tigouafon, Fréal, and Bois Bellevue Feeder Road. Here in the southeast. Now, when we do that investment for you, and let me tell you something, you people of Morne Jaune and the southeast, Casablanca didn't get any of this feeder road. The Kalinago community didn't get any of these feeder roads. P7 didn't get any of these feeder roads. But we are very happy that you, the people of the southeast, are benefiting with 3 feeder roads on here. The intention is to ensure that you go back on the land and take farming serious. Let me just give you the cost of some of these feeder roads that we're doing. In lot 1, which is covering the syndicate, Mero Cuba, Salisbury, yes, Salisbury, it is costing the government $7.8 million just to do these 2 feeder roads in Mero Cuba, Salisbury, and syndicate. So when you hear them say nothing is happening for these farmers in this area, they do not know what they're talking about. Now, for lot 2, which is the Middle Ridge Feeder Road, the Mango Water Feeder Road, the Mountain Feeder Road, and this is where your feeder road falls in, Tigouafon, Fréal, and Bois Bellevue. Some $4.4 million is being spent on these feeder roads. And for lot 3, which is the Melvin Hall Feeder Roads, and after Tropical Storm Erica, we had to put some additional funds into the Melvin Hall Feeder Roads to do the Vauxhall Bridge for the Marigot farmers and so on. And for that area, that road, to include the Collio Feeder Road, some $10.4 million. It means that for the Marigot Feeder Road alone, it's approximately almost $7 million being spent in the Marigot Feeder Roads. And so, I'm saying all of this to let you know that government is investing heavily in feeder roads. Additionally, your pal rep mentioned some of the feeder roads in Morne Jaune that deserve attention. The government, the Prime Minister, has identified an additional $10 million to go towards feeder roads. So your feeder roads, my dear people here in Morne Jaune, we are about to give it the fullest attention. After we've done this investment on these feeder roads, we expect you, the people, to adopt these feeder roads, to take care of these feeder roads, to keep the drains clear. You're driving up, there's a branch in the drain, just stop your vehicle and move it. There are coconuts in the drain, take the coconuts home and make a sancoch. But do not let your feeder roads go into ruin. It's costing us too much money to maintain these feeder roads. So I am appealing to you, the people of Morne Jaune. This is the best time to be in agriculture. It's the best time to go back in agriculture because the markets are continuing to open for more produce from Dominica. Of course, we've had our challenges. We've had our challenges in Black Sikatoka. We've had our challenges with the quality that we send out. But we are saying now, all of the infrastructure is in place to ensure that when a product leaves Dominica, it is the best quality, it's properly packed, properly labeled, properly weighed, and it's heading out to some of the best markets out there. So this is my appeal to you tonight, the hardworking farmers of Morne Jaune. I want to say to you, the young people of Morne Jaune, the young people who are listening to me across the island, we are ready and willing to help you. We are ready and willing to give you the support that you need. Come up with your plans. Let us know what you are interested in. We will send you to the right officers within the ministry to work with you. Whether it's fishing, whether it's tree crop, whether it's coffee, whether it's cocoa, whatever you're interested in, the ministry is ready to help you to go into production, my dear people, for not only for our food security, because we are good at that, food security, we want to go into expanding the export market to meet the demands that we have for Dominica stuff. All of the islands, Virgin Islands and the islands up north, there are hundreds of people from Dominica who are residents there. The first person they want to buy from is what is coming from Dominica. But we must meet the standard the market requires. We have competition. The Dominican Republic is now exporting into all our markets. But we can beat the competition in a manner that we have always done, by our quality, by our taste, the texture of our products. So let's maintain that. So when I come back to Morne Jaune, I hope I will meet a strong farmers group, because your pal rep made an appeal for a strong farmers group in Morne Jaune. And if you have a strong farmers group, you will get all the support that you need. We will invest in this farmers group. We will give you fertilizer for you to sell to your membership at a cheap rate, at a revolving structure, so you can buy more fertilizer and keep your market going. If you have a strong farmers group, you can challenge the extension officers of La Plaine if you're not satisfied with the service they're giving to you. But if you're an individual, it's more difficult for you to get that attention. So, in rounding up tonight, I just want to say to you that there is money to be made, but you must be a serious farmer to make that money. You must see yourself as an investor like everybody else, but your investment is on your farm. Your investment is in your dashing. Your investment is by diversifying your farm to ensure that you have taniers, and you have cucumbers, and you have yams, and you have dashing. So whenever the season comes in, you have something to sell. Your investment is to ensure that you take care of your tree crops, your avocados, so that your avocados will yield good crop for you. We want you to go into cocoa, because there's a huge market for Dominica cocoa. But you must be a serious farmer who is not distracted by the noise out there, and who intends to make a living out of agriculture. Thank you very much, my dear people. God bless you.